Hey everybody, this is Jonathan, and I am here to give you an update on Trivial Warfare. It's been about a year since my last update, and we've had a lot go on. We've accomplished a lot, and I've been making some decisions recently, so there's some changes I want to talk to you guys about. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is my lack of full-time status. As you guys know, last year when I talked to you on video, I said, hey, my goal is to take this thing full-time. That's why we're doing the answer the call stuff. That's why we're doing the different model and all of the rest of it. There seems to have been a little bit of a misunderstanding with some folks. I never said, hey, I'm going full-time right now. That would have been really risky and kind of against my nature. I said, hey, I'm trying to accomplish this within a certain amount of time. Well, this is a 1-year checkup on that. And I can tell you that while successful, things are going slow. So things were great. We had a great boost early on, and we're still going strong. But at the current trend, we're kind of treading water for the last 7 months or so. Not a bad place to be. We've had a lot of new people join. We've had a lot of old people leave. And so we've reached kind of an equilibrium point right now. But it's very fair to say that I haven't left my job. In fact, I recently earned a promotion. You guys know my goal is to try and continue to grow Trivial Warfare and to make that my full-time gig. So some of the changes that I'm going to talk about tonight are aimed at that. I don't think anybody's going to take any of these in a bad light, but you never know. I don't know everything. So let's get into what's going on. When we talked last time, one of the things that I talked about is when I get to go full time, there's going to be so much more that we're able to do. And I really couldn't help myself, so I started doing that stuff anyway. That's why I created Trivial Warfare Blitz. That's why I created Foreplay. That's why I created Things That Are Blank. So we have 4 shows now. And the question that I get asked most by my friends is, are you crazy? You can't do that. And I know that people in our community that care for me are like, are you sure about what you're doing? And I don't think anybody can ever be sure about what they're doing. But what I'm doing feels good. I like the direction that things are going, but I do have to admit that I've definitely bitten off more than it's fair to chew. Specifically, what I find that I've been doing is kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, and not Paul Paquette either. He's nice. Don't worry about him. But more specifically, what I'm doing is I'm pushing away or not getting to some of the more mundane work, some of the important work that needs to happen to keep things in line, to keep things moving, for the sake of getting new things off the ground and starting some new adventures. And so that's not a good thing. That's a weakness. In fact, I was sitting at a conference this last weekend. It was She Podcast Live. It's the first ever all female. It was for women, by women, first conference ever like that. And I was a proud supporter of this. And so I was there, and I was sitting there surrounded by all of that just amazing feminine energy. And I found myself meditating. I found myself ignoring the speaker in front of me and really thinking about the show and what I was doing and what I needed to be doing. And I had a bit of a breakthrough. A maturity breakthrough, probably. One of those moments where you realize, hey, I'm doing too much by myself. I need help. And I need to take advantage of the people who are already willing to help me, not in a bad way, but in a good way. I need to start paying some people in order to help me more, who've already shown that they can help. And I need to put some opportunities out there that will lighten some of my load. And so I have to spend money which is not a trait that I like to do. You know, I like to save money. I'm a very frugal person, as Chris has made fun of me for numerous times. But it's now time, I think, to it's time to grow. It's time to expand. I've been feeling that. I've been feeling very creative. I want to keep doing new things. I already have 2 other things in the pipeline ready to go. And in order to keep doing that, I have to make some changes. And one of those changes is going to be to get more help. Specifically, I've already talked to Carmela about taking over Foreplay. We're going to transition it. Carmela has already been doing the editing for Foreplay, and she's done a great job of it. I barely do anything with the editing now. So she's going to become the host of it. And she's going to work with Gary on the questions and make sure that things are going the way they need to. And she's going to record it. And I'm going to kind of let it go and put an arrangement in place with her to make sure that I'm treating her fairly. I've already talked to Nick about taking responsibility for things that are blank, having him record it, he's already been editing that one, but having him take more of a direct role in it. And I'm going to put some agreements in place with him. And those kinds of steps are going to allow me to get back to making sure that all of the things that need to get done are getting done. But they're also going to give me the chance to, okay, now that those are being handled and I don't have to actively worry about them, I am now free to see what the next thing is and to try something different. Maybe fail again. Who knows? You never know. But that's the direction I want to go. I'm also going to be spending money soon. I'm just trying to organize my thoughts and organize what needs to be done. But I'm going to be spending money on an assistant, not a full-time person, but somebody who can help me out with 8 hours a week or 10 hours a week, who can really keep me organized and make sure that things aren't slipping. And we've reached that time. And all of this, I was sitting here meditating on all of this and how to do it and the right way to go about it, to treat people the way they deserve to be treated. And it was just the best thing in that conference, like I said, surrounded by that feminine energy, because I felt like I was finally able to let go of some things that I've been holding on to. And I expect to be able to let go of more in the future as we continue to need it. One other big thing that's going to be a part of this, we did a post on the Facebook group not long ago, and we were talking about some kind of overarching network banner, and I have gone ahead and purchased the domain name oaksmediagroup.com. So thank you to Lisa Wolfish originally for the idea. I'm going to be in charge of OMG. So we're going to have an OMG badge made up, and all of the shows are going to feature the Oaks Media Group badge. I'm really excited about this. It's going to allow us to do a few different things with branding, but it's also going to let me expand into some things that aren't necessarily game related. In fact, the next 2 shows that I'm working on are not game related. One of them is a weight loss show. I'm working to partner with one of my good podcasting friends, Jen Briney, who does Congressional Dish. And I'm really excited about the chance to do something like that that's very experiential, hopefully something that will help me with my own health and maybe help to motivate some other people. And so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also working on another show. I'm not going to share the name of it with you yet, but it's going to be a variation of some of the real talks that I've done on Trivial Warfare, where I'm going to take something that's meaningful to me and just speak on it for 5 to 10 minutes and share some thoughts about it and share my own personal views. And I look forward to having that on record for Sebastian as he grows older, but I also welcome that as a way to deepen our own relationship and hopefully to get some things out into the world that increase kind of the positive energy around me and around my friends. I'm big on positivity, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. The one last big thing that I want to say is that almost all of the new shows are going to go into a seasonal format. The goal here is to give them the chance to get their legs, to find their audience, but then to have breaks so that if there's a month or two where, let's say Blitz is a good example. Blitz is built with seasons in mind, right? After wave 9, we're going to have the champion from the waves 1, 2, and 3 face off against the champions from the waves 4, 5, and 6 versus the champion of 7, 8, and 9. And after that, there's going to be a month or two where we take a break and we look at what worked, what didn't, how to do it better, and see if it's worth bringing back for a second season. In the meantime, that will give me the chance to introduce something new to the market. And so I'm really excited about going seasonal with all of these things. We're gonna see what works, what doesn't, but we're not gonna tie ourselves down to things if they're not working. We're not gonna go long-term hardcore on something if people just don't seem to care about it. And so I think this is a logical way for us to introduce breaks that will be a chance to sunset things gracefully, or even to make modifications and make changes that are beneficial for everybody. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about everything, frankly. Like I said at the beginning, we haven't reached like the highest highs. We haven't hit every goal ever set, but we're not doing bad either. We're still on quite a magical run here. And I appreciate all of you for your continued support. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to talk with me and to engage with me and just for your friendship. That's, I never would have guessed any of this would be possible years ago. And now we're here. And I hope that we can make this coming year every bit as good, if not better, than last year was. Thank you, everybody.